I hope he's sitting down. It is getting wild out there in the crypto markets, and so many people are going to get left behind. The market dips a couple of percent and everyone panics, but quietly building in the background and positioning themselves for a big move, well, is a few known institutions and big companies. I'm going to break down why this is important. Equally, the latest news in this crypto market so that you guys are absolutely dialed in to what's coming. So hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. So everyone keeps asking me about this, the Senate advancing the Genius Act for stablecoin regulation. What is it? How is it going to be good for cryptocurrency? And what is happening next? In fact, on my live stream, people kind of like, "2bit, I don't get what it is." Well, let's try and break down a little bit, and more importantly, try and understand why this is important before we get really deep into some of the incredibly bullish news that we got today. Well, the US Congress is set to decide on a procedural cloture, the vote 2 p.m. Eastern, concerning the stablecoin regulation. Now, we know that that subsequently passed 68 to 32, I think it was. Bullish announcement, very much going forward now into the Senate and the House, and I think this is important. So what is it? It ultimately allows stablecoins to become a form of payment systems. Now, whether that be integration into banks, integration into, let's say, MasterCard, Visa card, whatever it is, it basically means you'll be able to pay for things with stablecoins. They are pegged to the dollar. It supports the dollar as a build out for digital assets. And ultimately, what you'll start to see is many people using this. The vote passed there. We got 68 to 30, indicating bipartisan support for a stablecoin regulatory clarity. Market dynamics are set to shift as the Genius Act mandates fully backed reserved for stablecoins with large capitalizations affected institutions like Circle and Tether. The bill's provision requires yearly audits, supporting financial accountability, and ultimately making sure that people know exactly what is going on. The bill's potential for innovation through regulated stability, broader market sentiment, and legislative progress is incredibly important. And again, you're going to see companies like USDC. That's why that thing was going to be absolutely skyrocketing. Institutional investors want this. So this is a very good day, very bullish news. And there's no surprise on the back of it. We got GameStop announcing that they're going to try and raise another 1.75 billion. Yes, I know it's for Bitcoin, but at the same time, this is going to be an important step in the right direction because this is showing how much capital is ready to flow into this market. We know Scott Besson talking about that deal with China, push the market, and GameStop coming in, as well as people like MetaPlanet, MicroStrategy, more and more are wanting to buy it. Again, we're going to see bigger companies coming into the market. There is a rumor circulating right now that Meta is looking at purchasing cryptocurrency. I'm going to keep you posted on that. I've been talking about that for a while now. We also know that Bank of America's CEO saying the delay on stablecoins could lead tech rivals eat banking's lunch. Brian Moynihan, he is ultimately CEO of Bank of America, saying this: working with the industry on launching a stablecoin is imperative, and we do not want to get left behind. The problem before was it wasn't clear that we were allowed to do it under the banking regulations, and there was a lot of mystery about that. Moen insisted, according to the report, that he stressed the bank is unsure how popular stablecoins will be, but knows the organization must be prepared. If you've got one of the biggest banks in the US looking to custody cryptocurrency, particularly stablecoins, and then allowing that to be used, well, the answer here is we are so far away from the top that we've got a significant amount to come. And I know what you're saying, 2bit. Are we far from the top? I've seen the market correct. What's going on? Well, let me just give you a little insight into why all of this is so important. The short-term holder realized price is nearly at $100,000. This means that soon the average new buyer will have only ever been able to buy Bitcoin at a 5-digit price point. This means we're moving up. The overall floor of the wider market's moving up as we see institutionals buy Bitcoin. We will soon start with a 1 when it comes to the number of Bitcoin on exchanges. This could be at 1.9 million very soon. So expect some more uptrend. And again, let's take a quick look at what's going on in the charts. Now, 108,000, we saw a very volatile day when it comes into BTC yesterday. Today is kind of holding up okay. We saw a retest of this lower range around 108. While all of this was happening, while we got, this 3% dip, guess what happened? Well, iShares bought 3,067 Bitcoin. That's nearly $340 million while everyone was panicking. Chuck in that Fidelity decided they were going to buy 621 Bitcoin. Grayscale Mini buying a further 168 Bitcoin. Shows exactly what's going on right now. And you might say, well, too bad I don't necessarily agree with you. I think it's not true. Well, look at this. They also bought a whopping $39.4 million worth of Ethereum, and yesterday 125 million as well. So lots of definite positive things happening in the market. Very bullish news coming out, institutions coming out, and that's why I believe Bitcoin, in my opinion, is setting up for a big move. Watch out. These are the key support levels we're looking at. The break above the 14-year resistance line, which probably looks like we're going to retest it back end of this week, maybe next, looking very bullish. 113,000 retest could signal a move to 130, 135, or maybe even $150,000, given the fact that we're going to see massive inflows, given the fact that BlackRock and many people are still buying, and GameStop and all of these big tech companies, well, they want a piece of the puzzle as well. And soon, well, you won't be able to buy Bitcoin for less than 5 figures, or even you may not have ever bought it below that. So watch out. More trade developments, big news coming, I'm sure, when it comes to institutional adoption, and we'll keep an eye on this stablecoin bill. All very bullish for crypto. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, we bring you the latest and greatest in this cryptocurrency market every single day of the week. Until next time, though, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.